Hey guys, finally it's time for the first race of the season. So let's get loaded up and get going. And this is going to be a really special race because it's the first time I'll race the Honda CR252 stroke in 20 years, since I was a teenager basically. And it's also going to be the first time ever Supercross race where I will try to skim whoops in a race. So now we're on the way to the mainland, away from Phuket Island. Now we're driving over the bridge to mainland. We're stopping for some dinner, and look what we found in the restaurant. It's a twin boxer engine. Just the cylinder is 900cc and also 900 on the other side, right? So, holy moly. So here's the food. There is the 252 stroke waiting to get out on the track. And before practice day and before race day, I always eat extra carbs for the evening to make sure I get more sleep than usual, because you can be a bit excited. So I eat like twice the amount of rice that I would normally eat. So that also makes sure I have all my glycogen stores filled up, and that will also improve hydration actually, because it's in the tropics here, so dehydration is something you need to know about. Okay, so we arrived to the house now. Let's just flip the camera around here. So good trip, and this is a cozy little room. Looks very nice and clean. Some wood art. So time to get some sleep and ready for practice tomorrow. Okay, so I've just got some coffee here. It's morning, and this is our little house that we stay in. And that's CR252 stroke. There's a couple of locks on, but there's security. It's just like double safety. So let's go out on the balcony and have some coffee. Okay, so here we're sitting at the balcony, having a bit of coffee and enjoying the nice view of the lake. This is such a cozy place, and there's birds singing and fishes swimming around. Just what you need to enjoy your morning coffee. Okay, so as you know, today is practice day, and of course the main thing is to get comfortable on the track so you can ride relaxed and ride fast and feel like you're having fun without trying to overthink how you jump each jump, and just kind of do it automatically without even thinking about it. And then you also want to train, or I should say I also want to train the racing lines that you're going to do on lap 1 and train some race starts. So practicing race starts, I want to practice coming into the turn on the inside and also trying the outside, and see if the inside is reasonably fast, because then that will be the good option. And also practicing doing a couple of first laps, like heaters, like where I try to take or cut to the inside of every turn to protect the inside from the other guys that are behind me on lap 1 or 2, so I don't get passed by somebody cutting to the inside and blocking, like doing a block pass. So that's like a strategy that's reasonable to practice in racing. So you get used to the lines that you have to use in the race, but that you maybe wouldn't necessarily do on your regular training. Because I like to usually just rail the berm on the outside, and that's very efficient and fast. So also trying the ruts, if there are any ruts on the turns, see if I can get used to those. Probably not, because it's a very fresh build track as far as I understand, but we're gonna go and have a look at that in a minute. So until then, cheers guys. And while I was drinking coffee, this big lizard just swam past, but they're not dangerous. And in general, like with snakes and lizards and stuff, they are scared of humans, so if you don't do anything, they won't do anything to you, usually. Now I'm just cleaning up my race goggles for tomorrow and making sure there's no dirt or anything on them, or dust or something, so just with a little bit of wet tissue. And then also if the flaps are not straight, the tear off like pulling flaps, then you can just take a lighter and hit them up a bit, and then it'll soften up and change the shape so they'll be straight. And then when you put them on, if you already want to prepare it, you will just leave the flaps straight without loading them. So the flaps, they will actually be straight for racing. Because if they stay bent for like I think a day or so, they won't like come out straight when they have like changed their shape overnight. They will like stay kind of bent, and it will be harder to tear them off during the race. So yep, that was a little tip on goggle prep. Okay, so I just checked my bike, checked tire pressure, checked the spokes and fuels and stuff. And now it's time to head out for first practice. And this track has a whoop section, so I'm really excited to try that. And I probably have to readjust my suspension for the whoop section, but I'm gonna go out with my usual soft setting on my first practice and see how big the whoops are, and then we'll take it from there. Probably I have to readjust my suspension to make it harder. So we will see about that, because usually I don't practice whoops, actually, like skimming whoops. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay, so done with first practice, and it was very good, I would say. I cleared all the jumps, but as expected, riding through the whoops, which I managed pretty safely. But as expected, the suspension was a bit too soft and the rear was kicking a bit. So I'm gonna slow down the rebound on the rear and add some more compression to the front, so it can stay a bit like higher on the front and not kick with the rear. That's the plan. So let's see how it goes. So it was 3 clicks out. Let's see how that looks. It looks very slow. So let's try. Give it 2 clicks more. See how that looks. Okay, that's also very slow. Let's keep it there. So it was 10 clicks out. Okay, so we're gonna try with 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's do a GoPro Lap here. So here we're coming into the whoop section. That's another guy, so I'm going a bit slower than usual. And then turn 2 here into a rhythm section where we go double and double and double. And then turn 3. And there's 2 tabletops here. Pretty easy. And then a turn here where there's like a little berm and then a long straight section coming into a low berm, so make sure you hit that. And then double tabletop and another tabletop. It's jumping slightly towards the left and then a tight turn. And then small double, another small double. Another small double where you kind of have to brake to not over jump it. And then a narrow, very low berm. And here, almost last jump, and then the finish line jump here. So that was a lap around the track. Okay, so now I'm getting ready for a third practice. And second practice was a lot better with the new suspension settings. I also went harder on the shock, so both front and rear suspension I went harder. And now I gave it a few clicks, even harder on the fork, so it's only 5 clicks out on compression. Before it was 7. And I leave the rebound at 10 clicks out on the fork. Just because I think that will keep the front up higher during the whoops. And I'm getting comfortable also in the whoops. You may find this amusing, like if you're a Supercross rider you can laugh now, because I just discovered how important it is to squeeze your abs and hold your breath through the whoops and squeeze with your legs. And like have a straight back, elbows out, attack position, pretty centered. And then just unlock your arms and just like really squeeze your abs. That just gives the stability that you need to stay in control. Very interesting. You probably already know this if you're a Supercross rider, but I'm a motocross rider, so I didn't train whoops for like skimming whoops for about 3 or 4 years, I think. Practicing for tomorrow. So we got the practice done and now we're heading to dinner and I'm feeling ready for tomorrow. I just hope they will water the track more for tomorrow so we can actually see anything when there's a lot of riders on the track. It was really dusty, but it's good. It's a good track. And I found out the most consistent way to get fast through the whoops, because they're not built symmetrically, is to roll over the first 5 whoops and then jump the next 4 whoops, like double, and then skim the last 5 whoops. So that's a bit special, but it works really good. So, see you guys tomorrow on the race day. If you want to learn more tools and techniques and habits that can improve your life quality and performance and well-being overall, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like tropical island holidays, visit fitcamp5.com for my 2-time TripAdvisor award-winning training camp, where we train fitness and action sports together while learning to live a healthy lifestyle and, maybe most importantly, have fun at the same time. And if you're really serious about improving yourself, you should definitely check out my full online courses, where I share step-by-step programs on how I developed my own routines over the last 12 years as a CEO, working in 4 different countries, while being a successful competitive athlete with more than 20 years of experience in fitness and nutrition. Check the link in the description for that. And in any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, be awesome, believe in yourself, and see you on the next one.